All right. Hi, Stephanie. How are you?
I'm great, Nicole. How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm hanging in there. I am doing my best to stay on top of the emails and I'm really enjoying connecting with some of our families and teachers. They're sharing photos with us and some really great feedback. We're also getting some questions. And so I just wanted to kind of chat with you a little bit about um, kind of what we're doing from how we're preparing our teachers. And I thought you might be the best person to talk about that.
You bet. Thank you so much for inviting me and asking me to spend this time with you. I'm looking forward to just sharing out some of the things that our teachers are doing. So it's great. Thanks.
Yay. Okay. So can you talk a little bit about how the teachers are staying engaged with one another and our admin team this week?
You bet. So traditionally, our administration team meets every morning for a stand up, and that's where we will go through the different activities that each of us are working on for the day, and then also share out any needs that we might have or places that we're stuck. So we are still doing a stand up each morning. And in addition, we are also doing a weekly administration meeting, which is a lot longer meeting where we're going over different things that we need to work on for our school. The teachers are also meeting regularly. We have departments that are still meeting with each other. We have grade levels that are still meeting with each other. And they're doing this. I've seen some of them do a combination of some work on Google Docs, maybe like a shared Google Docs where they're putting out a brainstorm of questions or ideas and they're giving feedback to each other. And then in addition, they are also meeting with Zoom meetings. Another group that has already met are our mentors. So yesterday, several of our mentors met on Zoom, and we talked about what went really well on that first day of virtual learning, and then we talked about ways that we could share out this information with our staff and with our new teachers. And another group that's also still working together are the instructional coaches. And so they have been reaching out to their teachers and making sure that they're providing whatever needs that they need and answering any questions that they might have.
That's great. It's so nice to be able to still connect with our teachers and provide them resources. And I know I like it because even though we're not in the building, I still feel like I'm at least getting to see some folks face to face, which is really helping me through this whole isolation.
Yes, it definitely is. And it's fun how easy and natural it seems to have come to all of our teachers, and I would say even to our students. They're really enjoying it. The feedback I'm hearing from the teachers when I talked to the mentors yesterday, one of the teachers was sharing how her kids just absolutely loved doing this virtual online learning in the Zoom meetings. So far so good.
Yeah, it's definitely a great tool. And I think we had talked about like our kids are really well versed, and so are our teachers in Canvas. And so I'd heard in one of our previous admin meetings, you were mentioning something about a tutorial that you have for teachers. Can you talk a little bit about that?
You bet. So there are a couple resources that we've put together for our teachers. The first one is this Canvas course that you referred to. So just like our students are using Canvas, often we'll create some professional development opportunities for our teachers via Canvas. And so on that Canvas course, it goes through the four components of I guess you could say best practices for online learning. And so teachers have access to the how-to, and they also have a list of resources. And in addition, just like on a Canvas course for our students, we also have discussion prompts. So the teachers have a discussion prompt, and then they're responding to the discussion prompt, and they're sharing their ideas with the rest of the staff K through 12. And I have to say, it's really fun to see that. And even our mental health providers are also invited to be part of that too. So they're sharing some of the best practices for social and emotional. Another thing that we did is before we went on break, we as an administration team met and we put together 2 white papers, I guess you could refer to them, and there are in-house working documents, one for secondary and then one for elementary school. And on that document, we went over a variety of things: grading, expectation, schedules, when assignments should be submitted, timelines, things like that. And we presented that to the staff before we left. But since then, we've come back and we've realized, based on feedback from staff, from students, and from parents, that we need, to continue to update it. So that is another resource that teachers are referring to as far as what are the expectations for online learning, at least this week, and then it'll adapt a little bit next week too. So.
That's really nice to hear. I like the fact that we're working with our teachers, we're taking that feedback, and we're making adjustments. So that's
Yeah. And it's important to note too that this Canvas course is truly a framework, and as you know, at STEM we say never stop innovating, and we want to make sure that the teachers are still able to individualize and do what's best that represents them as a teacher and represents the students. So within that framework, teachers can still innovate, most definitely.
Can you did you have the opportunity to check in with some classes today and see like what those sessions were like? I'm just interested to see if, like, from your perspective, if you took part in any of those. I know I saw some photos on Facebook of some Zoom sessions.
Yeah. When I'm in the building, I have to confess that if I need a pick-me-up, I go to kindergarten class, because seeing those children, you get a huge smile on your face. Well, Kelly Thatcher had her online Zoom class today, and she had over 20 students active on Zoom. And it was amazing to watch what she was able to facilitate with over 20 kindergartners. She read a book. She asked each of them to share, I believe what it was is where's their favorite quiet spot. And, she showed them how to use the tools on Zoom. We got to see some of the parents on there. And it really was a wonderful community feel, and just lots of smiles, lots of people sharing their pets, whether it would be a bunny rabbit or a dog or their stuffed animal. So it's wonderful because as we all know, one of the difficulties with this time period is being disconnected, and it was beautiful to see the connection that was made through Zoom. So it was a blast. Highlight of my day.
That's so exciting. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to check in with me. And I'm going to post this on our website and on Facebook so that our families can, watch along and, see what we're doing, that we're not just at home with our feet kicked up on the couch.
I do want to share one other thing. Is just I want the community to know that as we're looking forward to next week, or just what the schedule looks like, please know that we will continue to be responsive to the feedback that we receive from the teachers, from the parents, and from the students. And as I shared earlier, what we've put together right now is based on what DCSD has told us are our expectations, but we will continue to innovate and respond to the needs of the community. So
that's great. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you, Nicole.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thanks.
And I'll see you tomorrow.
Yes, you will. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.